Miller.
Good morning and welcome to Pain Management Arizona. I am Bob Miller. I am a licensed massage therapist and neuromuscular trigger point specialist. And I do have two locations. I work on people to actually get rid of pain, not just the basic relaxation massage. What I do is pain relief. I do have two locations here in the Valley, one in Peoria at about 94th Drive and Thunderbird out in the avenues. It's just a mile off the 101 freeway. And the other location here in Phoenix on 7th Street at Urban Wellness between Thomas and McDowell. And we're also in a few minutes going to be talking with Amanda. She is the creative director of Urban Wellness, and we're going to talk about all the wonderful stuff they do there. But I do have the two different locations currently. I am actually getting so busy. I'm going to be opening a new clinic in the next few months and be able to have several therapists I'm going to train in this unique technique of trigger point therapy that I've developed. And we're going to be able to help a lot more people with their pain issues. And again, I only charge $60 per hour. The big massage chains are going to charge you up to like $100 or more an hour for a relaxation massage, which is only going to give you some very temporary relief, if any, for your pain issues. What I do is neuromuscular trigger point therapy. It's a very safe, natural, and gentle way to get the knots out of the muscle. And the knots in the muscles is what's causing most people's pains. Because you get a knot in the muscle, it's going to be a lot of times up against a nerve. And when it's up against the nerve, it's disrupting that signal and sending pain signals to your brain. So if you have a knot in the side of your neck, your shoulder might hurt, or your elbow or your arm or your hand might get numb or tingly. If you got a knot somewhere in your low back or in your hip, it's going to give you low back pain or pain that shoots down the back of your leg, or numbness or tingling in the feet and toes. So there's a lot of knots we get in our muscles that are giving us false signals to our brain, and your brain is thinking you're getting pain in somewhere where there's really nothing wrong. And that's where I come in. I know the anatomy of the body and the nervous system, and I know where to look to find where your pain is coming from when you tell me what your symptoms are. The medical world, basically, if you go into a doctor's office and you say, I have symptoms A, B, and C, they're going to call it DEF, and they're going to prescribe XYZ because that's what's in the book. You know, they go by what the book says, somebody has written down before them based on symptoms. This is what we're going to call it. When you come into my office and you tell me I got symptoms A, B, and C, I get pictures of anatomy flashing in my head. I'm thinking, where do you have muscles that are knotted up, that are on which nerves that would be causing this? And then during the course of a warm-up part of the massage, I feel around, I palpate those muscles and find exactly where these little tiny knots are. Some of them are smaller than a grain of rice. Some of them are a cluster as big as a grape. But that's what's on the nerve, because the nerves weave in and out of your muscles. And when a nerve gets interrupted, the signal coming back to the brain's expecting a nice normal signal like hot, cold, hard, soft. But now it's got this interruption, and the brain just doesn't know what's going on. It doesn't know if you're, leaning against a cactus or sitting in a campfire. It's going to say, hey, you got to do something about this. This is not normal. I'm going to tell you it's pain, so you pay attention to it. And most of the time, the knot in the muscle is pretty far away from where you're actually feeling the pain. And when I find where the knot is, I find where the epicenter of that knot is, and I apply gentle pressure. And we get the knot to release, and the pressure comes off the nerve, and the pain goes away. It's really amazing, some of the stuff I've been fixing up on people lately. This past week, it was kind of interesting. I had 4 different clients that booked an appointment with me just last week, that all 4 of them, I had not seen them in a year or more. And then they ended up coming back, and all of them, I pulled up their paperwork and saw what I worked on them last time for. And they all told me that what they were in for the last time was still fine. It was something new, but they knew where to come to get fixed up, so they booked another appointment with me. And that's really great. That's really my objective. I don't play the games that a lot of medical places and Unfortunately, some chiropractic offices are doing the same thing, telling you, oh, you got to come in for multiple visits and yada, yada, yada. If I can get you fixed up in a 1 hour session, I'm happy with that. That's what my goal is. I'm not trying to get all the money I can out of people. I'm just trying to get people to feel better, to get their pain to go away. And if you want to, find out some more about how to contact me and how to go and how to book an appointment, check out my website. It's painmanagementarizona.com. Arizona is spelled all the way out, painmanagementarizona.com, or you can call me directly at 541 end pain, ENDPAIN, 541 end pain. Gets you right to my cell phone. I can give you a free consultation, talk about what's going on with you. We can even get you on my schedule and book you an appointment. And I am at the Peoria location most days of the week except Wednesday and Sunday. But Sunday, I am at the Urban Wellness location in Phoenix. So if you wanted to get an appointment on Sunday, you can book it on the website. There's a big button there that says book at Peoria or Phoenix office. Click on that. It'll tell you if you're booking on Sunday, you're booking for the Phoenix location at Urban Wellness, or if you're booking any other day, you're booking out in Peoria. Gives you a schedule, a calendar, pick out your day, pick out your time, and you can book yourself. And like I said, what I do is a permanent fix. It's once the knot is released out of the muscle, it's gone. It's not going to come back unless you do specific activities or body posturing that is going to re-injure the muscle and you get new knots, which does happen. A lot of people's occupations require them to be in awkward positions, like working on a computer a lot. If your computer's not set up in a way that keeps your neck aligned and your back straight, you're going to start straining muscles. Same with cell phones. So I always say cell phones are going to keep me in business the rest of my life. And it's true because everybody's staring down at their cell phone. I don't tell people not to use their cell phone. I just tell them to try to hold it around about shoulder level. That way you're not bending your head down to look at your phone. You're just looking down with your eyes and not with your neck. There's a whole lot of simple ways that we can take care of ourselves, keep ourselves limbered up and loosened up so we don't get knotted up. Because the main way we get knots in our muscle is holding a muscle in the tight position for long periods of time, tightening it suddenly, over tightening it, or if it gets impacted. And when you're looking down at a phone or reading books or doing paperwork on a desk and keeping your head in the down position long periods of time, the gravity is basically pulling on your face and trying to pull your head down. So all the muscles on the back of your neck and around your neck are flexing to resist the pull of gravity. So that's holding your muscles flexed. And that's going to, over time, is going to start getting little tiny knots. And those, you get more and more little knots. It becomes a knot cluster. That knot cluster starts bothering a nerve. And now you start getting things like headaches or pain in your shoulder or pain in your neck when you go to turn your head. And if you do have a computer with two screens, you want to make sure the screen you use the most is straight in front of you. Have the other screen off to the side as a reference. If there's something on that screen you're going to work on for more than 5 minutes or so, grab that tab or that window and pull it onto the screen that's in front of you and put it back when you're done. That way you're not sitting with your head turned. I mean, there's all sorts of little ways that, we prevent getting our muscles knotted up and, tense and causing these disruptions. And I help educate people. When I'm working on people, we talk about what kind of activities they're doing a lot or had done in the past a lot that had caused them to get this kind of strain in their muscles. And oftentimes I'll work on people who have been retired for 5 or 6 or 10 years. And I can tell, oh, before you retired, you worked on a computer a lot, didn't you? And they're like, oh yeah, how'd you know? And it's because of the tension in the muscle, because the knots never go away on their own. Stretching is fantastic for relieving some of the pressure. It will loosen up the muscles some, but the knots are still there. So the muscle's going to retighten and you're going to end up with the same problem. But stretching is also incredible for preventing getting knots, such as like yoga is awesome because it's such a full body stretching regimen. It's the different poses in yoga target different connective muscle groups because there are lines of muscle, even though it's several different muscles, they're all in the same direction. The fibers are all the way from your neck down the side of your leg. So there's different ways you can stretch that will alleviate these tension areas of your body. And again, check out my website. Go to painmanagementarizona.com. That's painmanagementarizona.com. Or you can give me a call after the show if you wanted to book an appointment or have questions just by calling 541-END-PAIN. 541-END-PAIN. And you can get a hold of me directly. I can talk to you about what we can do to help you out and get you booked on an appointment and get some relief from the pain. And this is lasting relief for anything from headaches to migraines, back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatic pain, and more. So check out the website, give me a call. And now we're going to talk a little bit with Amanda. She's here in the studio with us. How you doing, Amanda?
I'm so great. How you doing, Bob?
Great. It's good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me. It's so great to be here this morning.
Yeah, great. And so I mention urban wellness every time we do a show. We talk about urban wellness and that you guys have a couple of community classes. I think, didn't you add a third one that's actually free to the public?
I did. We added a Friday morning class. So now we're doing the community yoga sunrise class at 6 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that is a community class. It is donations are welcome if you have it to donate, but if you don't, it's no worries, no big deal. But it's a great way to start out your day. It's a little dark outside right now with the winter months, but if you can just get up and not hit the snooze button and, just make your way to urban wellness, it will change your day.
And that starts at 6:15?
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
6 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's only an hour and it's accessible to all levels. We've got some really awesome teachers in there who do really well with being able to, make it accessible for people. There's nothing to be afraid about in yoga. Don't worry if you're not flexible. That's why you have to come to yoga, so that you can become flexible. And breathing and just taking a couple minutes and really just thinking about taking a deep breath, because we definitely don't do that enough.
Oh, no, not at all. I think on regular breathing, we're only filling our lungs about 25% of capacity.
Exactly. And it's like the upper part of the lobes of the lungs. We never get into the lower part. And also taking a deep breath out, getting rid of all of the oxygen, the air that's already been used up in the body, as opposed to letting it just, hang out in there, just all willy-nilly being down in there. It's great to find that complete exhale and let go of all the stale air, and energetically letting go of the things that you don't need anymore.
Yeah. And it just makes your entire day go better if that's how you start out your day before you go to work, sit in the office, or go to the construction site and lift heavy stuff all day. Yep. You're going to feel better at the end of your day.
You are. Absolutely. And if 6 a.m. is a little bit early for you, on Saturdays at 10 a.m. we do a $5 class. Those classes are taught by the graduates of our yoga teacher training at Urban Yoga, our sister studio. So we have our graduates from there come in and do that class. So it's a rotating teacher. It's only $5. That is a 75-minute class, but it is available to all levels. And that is there's not ever enough time for yoga. 75 minutes sounds like a long time, but it's really not. It goes by really quickly once you get in and start connecting to your breath, and you're like, wow, class is over already. I can't believe it. So that is also one of the yoga offerings that we have. We have some new ones coming up starting in February on Tuesday and Thursday night. Caitlin Easer is going to be teaching from 5:30 to 6:30, an all levels style kind of yoga flow. And we also have a flow to Zen class kind of starting on Wednesday evenings at 7. And so that class will be a little bit more movement in the beginnings, and then it'll go to more of a restorative and yin kind of style. So you'll slow down, you'll hang out in postures for longer, give your muscles and tendons opportunity to, really make some space and relax. And
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and I do. There is an office I use, like I mentioned, on Sundays there, but there's a whole lot of other practitioners if you're looking for alternatives to the medications and the medical traditional practices here in this country. There's acupuncture, shiatsu, lomi lomi. I believe a couple of them do that.
Yep.
Craniosacral work. There's a nutritionist that works there.
And we have a naturopath doctor, Dr. Danielle Lewis, who does all kinds of amazing things. She does a special on Fridays, a B12 shot. So her B12 happy hour. And B12 is for energy. A lot of us don't get enough of that. And it is only $20 for the happy hour on Fridays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that can be, you can just walk in and be like, I need some B12, and they'll see you. She's also doing a natural immune booster shot right now to help combat with the flu season. So it's not a flu shot.
It's
a natural version. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
there's two different kinds there,
which definitely helps the immune system. And the B vitamins are something that our body cannot store.
Right.
Like all the other vitamins, vitamin C and all that, our body will keep a reserve on hand. But
the B12 is water soluble and it gets flushed out. So we have to make sure that we keep that in our regimen to keep us flowing and the neurons firing and lots of energy. So if you're not feeling well and you're in the traditional Western medicine isn't doing so great for you, I highly recommend Dr. Lewis. She has also some natural Z-Packs, the antibiotic Z-Pack that you take. She has it, but it's echinacea and zinc and vitamin C as opposed to, whatever in the world else that they put into those things.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are really trying to get away from the regular, Western medicine type of concept. And it's just not even that it's Eastern medicine. It's just more natural.
Exactly.
I talk to so many people all the time about how they've gotten off of medications and they feel so much better than they ever have by not being on all the pharmaceutical chemicals that they've been on for years or decades and doing natural things now.
Natural things and, really getting back to our bodies, and also having to remember that a lot of our health has to do with what we're eating, what we're consuming, and is it overly processed? Because the processing takes away the nutrients, and then by the end of it, you're just consuming carbs. You're not actually feeding your body anything. You just don't feel hungry anymore. But your cells and your muscles and your brain are like, I need some of that good stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why our body gives us cravings for things. It's like, a banana sounds really good right now. It's like you're probably
need potassium. Yep.
Exactly. The body tells you want these things because it knows that's got the natural elements your body needs to function properly in it. And the website to look at more of what's going on is urbanwellnessphx.com. And Urban Wellness is also on Facebook and Instagram. Is it Urban Wellness or Urban Wellness PHX?
It's Urban Wellness PHX. Would love for everybody to follow us on Facebook. That's where we'll keep you up to date on all of the fun and exciting events that we have going on in the space, all the yoga classes. We also do sound healing 2 Fridays a month. The first and third Friday of the month is a sound healing journey with Samaya Henry, which is absolutely magical. If you haven't had an experience with vibrational healing, it's definitely magical. There's the sounds of the instruments, and she uses all kinds of things from a ocean drum to gong to Tibetan bowls and crystal bowls. And the actual vibrations that these instruments make get all the way down into your cells and kind of just vibrate your cells around a little bit and start to move some energy around. And it is incredibly, incredibly therapeutic for you physically, mentally, and emotionally. So we want to, if you want to check that out, that's on the first and third Fridays of the month. And then actually this Friday we have a yin key. So yin yoga, which is a little bit slower practice, which is what I teach on Monday nights at 6:30. And then Reiki, which is a universal love and energy healing. So that class will be with Sarah Wolf and Carrie Ann Levine this Friday night. You want to pre-register for that? You can find that on Facebook.
Okay, fantastic. And again, I don't think I mentioned it earlier in the show, but this show is streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you know of anybody that might benefit from the yoga or natural healing methods that are available at Urban Wellness, or if they want to book with me to get a medical massage and get the pain issues to go away, you can go to either Pain Management Arizona on Facebook or YouTube and watch this video or previous videos and let a friend know to check it out. And we're going to have Amanda back again, probably in a couple of weeks. We'll have you back and we'll do this all over again because I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's always great. Amanda is just wonderful. She's just got such a wonderful energy about her. And as we mentioned, she also is an instructor of some of the yoga classes. And if you want more information about Urban Wellness, also go to my website, painmanagementarizona.com, and go to the sponsors and trusted businesses page. And I have their contact information and how to get onto their website on there as well. And again, I am Bob Miller, and I'm the trigger point specialist that can actually help get your pains to go away. And as I mention all the time, I have a 97% success rate, completely eliminating things like low back pain, upper back pain, sciatic pain, hip pain, even migraines. I've got, that same 97% success rate with migraine pain. When people come in, it's normally knots in the muscles of the upper trapezius on the accessory nerve that interacts with the facial and trigeminal nerves, to put it technically. But basically, we work the knots out of the shoulder and you don't get migraines anymore. I've had people come in to my office with a blinding migraine, literally a blinding migraine. One lady could not even open her left eye when she came in because the light sensitivity was so intense from the migraine she had when she came in. And halfway through the session, I confirmed with her. I said, "Your migraine's gone now, isn't it?" She says, "Oh, yeah, it is. That's great." And her migraines have not come back. It's really amazing, very basic, very natural, and very gentle. It's not the grind and elbow India type of massage that they do at a lot of the massage chains. It's very, very gentle and very affordable. Currently, I'm offering a special. It's only $60 per hour at either location, at Urban Wellness in Phoenix or at the Peoria location. You can book yourself on the website or call one of the numbers you see on the website, or you can call me directly at 541-END PAIN. I know it's a goofy area code, but that was the only one I could get that spelled out END PAIN, because that's what I do. 541-END PAIN is the phone number. Gets me directly. And currently I am a one-man operation, so I'm the one that's you're going to be seeing at either location. And when I do open up the new medical massage clinic, I'm going to have several employees who are licensed massage therapists that I'm going to teach this amazing technique to, so we can get more people relief from their pain. And as I mentioned, it is, incredibly effective. Even if you've had this pain for, 10, 20, 30, even 40 years. I've had clients that have had the same pain. They could identify when it started being more than 40 years ago and had gotten no help with regular Western medicine in all those years. I have had people that have gotten off medications that they've been on for decades because You get the knots out of the muscle, it's gone. Again, go to the website, painmanagementarizona.com, painmanagementarizona.com. See you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
The information and opinions you hear on this radio show are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of KFNX, its affiliates, management, or advertisers.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD, host of Healthline. Tune in to get your questions answered and hear the latest breakthrough information for you and your family.